right, all right. Let me make some adjustments here. That light is like really bright. Let me see if I can adjust it. That gives me a little more color, but it's kind of I don't like the way that looks. It's kind of got overcast today, so the lighting is just like really not flattering today. And it almost looks like I didn't put any powder on my face, and I know that I did, so we gonna roll with it. And I was gonna do a filter, but I was like, show me. Just show me. So, welcome. This is going to be replayed on YouTube, so that's why I'm talking right now and not just sitting around waiting for people to show up on this Instagram live. My name is Allison Rozelle. I am the spiritual empowerment coach for women who are 40 and over. And it is my job, it is my mission, it is my passion to guide them into the realm of them stepping into their power as a light worker, as a change maker, as a spiritual coach, as a healer, energy healer. And I do this by offering things like Reiki certification courses, mentorship programs, empowerment talks, all these different things to help women step into their power. So, you know what? I wanted to pin something, but I'm not going to fool with that right now because I've already started and I don't feel like trying to do nothing. So, I'm going to pull a card to get us started. And the cards that I'm using are the Sacred Journey Oracle deck by Vicky Ayala. And this particular deck is basically coming from a woman who is a brand specialist. So if you are on a sacred journey and you are creating your brand and you like cards, I would recommend these cards because they're pretty dope. Okay, I think that'll do it for now. Let's see what we got. Ooh, mojo. There is at least one thing that you can do exceptionally well. Lead with that. There is at least one thing that you can do exceptionally well. Lead with that. And that is so true. We all have, Peace Queen, our own beautiful mojo, right? So there's that at least one thing that we can do exceptionally well, and that's what we should lead with. And that's what I like to talk about and teach at the Sacred Pathway Academy, because the whole point of me being an empowerment coach is to empower women to know you were born with these beautiful gifts and talents. And a lot of us are sleeping on our gifts and talents. Now, does this mean that your gift and talent always means that you're going to be a business owner? No, it doesn't. Not everybody, in my opinion, should be business owners or are supposed to be. But for the women who work with me, I am calling in those women who are business owners. Even if they don't have a business started yet, you are a business owner. We're going to go ahead and call that in and embody that. Yes? Yes. So today's topic that I want to talk about, expect to win, baby. Expect to win. So I wanted to talk about this because I read a daily devotional that many of you may have heard of. It's called Acts of Faith by Iyanla Vanzant. I love this book. I've read it a couple of times. And it's a daily devotional. So you read it every day. She has the dates on here. Today's April 18th at the time of this recording. So today I read what we have for, April 18th. And this was the inspiration for this talk because it was one part of this that really hit me that, I need to check myself on this one. So, I want to read this to you, and it's not very long, but then I want to talk about the part that really just jumped out to me, okay? All right. So she says, let's be honest. We don't really want to work at life. Work is hard. Work is tiring. We want to have fun. We want to play. We want to have a good time and have all the things we want. Why not play the game of life? We are the dealers. We hold all the cards. Somewhere along the line, somebody cheated us. They told us we were needy, helpless, and dependent. That is baggage. We must put it down in order to deal ourselves a good hand. We must also know the rules. We must play fairly, dealing with everyone the way that we want to be dealt with. We must expect to win. If we entertain failure at any point, we lose. When we play, we must be on the lookout for fouls. When we see a foul, we must call it. We don't fix it, but we must call it. The final and most important rule is that we must follow all the rules all the time. Now, when I read this, I was like, oh wow, that's pretty damn powerful. And then that part of where she says, we must expect to win. So what got my little brain going here, and I think about my tribe, and I want to ask, do you expect to win? Do you expect to win? Do you have the mindset of a winner? So the first thing that I want to talk about is, because I have 4 and now I actually have 5 because I forgot one. So first and foremost, when you think about winning, what does winning mean to you? You must first establish what winning and success mean to you. What do they mean to you? What do they look like? How do you want to feel? What is the feeling that you are expecting? Because it's really not so much of a look, it's a feeling, right? It's a feeling of success. So the first piece of this of, are you expecting to win, or do you expect to win? Hello, Goddess Afua, is I want you to ask yourself, what do I consider winning? What do I consider successful? Because everyone's definition of success and winning is going to be very different. For some people, the definition of winning means that they're able to go out and buy all these expensive toys. And that's fine and dandy if that's you. Some people, it's their thing. It's like, I want people to know that I can get a yacht and a Bugatti, and I can wear these very expensive shoes and have an expensive purse. I can go and dine in these expensive places and it not mean anything to me or my bank account. Go, do you, boo? Go with God if that's your thing. But you, as the individual, have to establish what is winning and what is success to you. Not what other people's levels are, but what does it mean to you? Success for me means that I am at a financial point where I do not have to rob Peter to pay Paul, and I am comfortable and able to, if I wanted to say, you know what, I feel like going to Belize for a week, let me go. you know. Or I just want to jet set somewhere and grab my laptop and work location independently of wherever I am on this planet and still make money. Your level of success. So again, do you expect to win? And in order for you to really answer that, you have to first establish, what does winning look like to you? That's point number one. Point number two, if you're going to win, that means that there's a game, right? And we got to understand the rules. That's number two. Understand the rules and follow them. Now, for us as spiritualists, we understand that our rules come from the divine. And we have these different laws that many of us follow. The law of attraction, the law of reciprocity. So a way for us to do this is we have to understand the rules, the laws, and everything else. Now, this takes me back to when I was getting my license as a real estate agent. And one thing about it, when you take your pre-licensing classes, they don't teach you a damn thing about selling real estate. What they do teach you, though, is how to keep your license. They teach you rules, regulations, and laws as it applies to your state so that you can keep your license. Well, in this game that we call life, we have different places where we learn the rules, the regulations, and laws in order to understand how we can properly play this game. And in order for us to play it, sometimes there has to be a loser. But we all win at our own levels, right? But we got to understand what the rules are and follow them. You know, you can't just put it out there and just be like, well, you know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to lie, cheat, steal, and do what I got to do, backbite, and whatever to keep other people from coming up because they going to mess up and block my come up. No, can't nobody block your come up. The only person that can block your come up is you. The only person that can block you is you. And we have to understand that. One thing that's very interesting to me is, you know, the concept of sisterhood that a lot of women fail to understand. Sisterhood, yes, there's healthy competition. But at the same time, I don't see my sister as my competition. I see her as my complement. I see her as the divine mirror of myself. Because if I'm taking the time to break her down and think about everything that's wrong with her versus, and those that's going to be listening to this on the podcast, I just did air quotes around the wrong with her part, then guess what? I'm seeing something in her that's triggering something about me that I don't like. So then that turns on my need to outshine her, to outdo her, to out whatever her, instead of looking at her and saying, you know what? How can she and I work together and collab? Maybe we don't collab in person. Maybe this is on a spirit level where my higher self and her higher self connect. And then maybe it comes to where our physical selves can come together and collaborate something and make something beautiful together. That's sisterhood. Or how can I just pray for her? Pray for her success. Pray for her to be continually healthy, to do whatever it is that she's doing. But we got to understand the rules and we got to follow them. That's number 2. So the first thing is understanding your level of success. What does that mean? What does winning look like and feel like for you? Having that established from jump. Number 2 is understanding and following the rules. Number 3, don't count yourself as defeated before you even get started. That's a big one. Don't count yourself as defeated before you've even gotten started. So many of us talk ourselves down and out of blessings because we count ourselves as defeated before we've even stepped one toe towards what we about to work on. Some of us have already counted ourselves out of the whole equation before we've even gotten started on it. So we got to make sure that we have the mindset of a winner and not count ourselves as defeated. So my question to you becomes this: when you wake up in the morning, do you wake up enthused about what the day can bring you, or do you wake up begrudgingly? Do you wake up, oh God, I gotta go in here, I gotta do this thing, I gotta go do this job, I guess I gotta do this life again. You know, I'm up, so I may as well go on in here and yada, yada, yada. Well, do you have to do it that way, though? Can you wake up and be like, first of all, I give thanks that I woke up this morning because there's a lot of people who did not. That's first. Second of all, the fact that I woke up means that there is still a divine plan at play for me in my life, and I am a willing and enthusiastic participant in this thing called life. So if you would wake up with the attitude of you woke up with a purpose, there is a purpose and a plan that is at play for you. That's the reason why you woke up. You didn't wake up just to be cute. Not saying that you're not cute, but you didn't wake up just because. You woke up because there's a plan for you. There's something else at play for you that is larger than all of us. There's a divine plan at play, and you get to decide, am I a willing participant in this or not? So that is number 3. Not counting yourself as defeated before you even get started. Not counting yourself as defeated before you've even gotten started. Because if you're already counting yourself as defeated, you'll never win. You'll never win. And you'll be one of those still people. Still stuck, still broke, still unhappy, still. And most of them still people, I left them back there. Because I'm going forward. They back there with their still self. Because they still in the same spot they was that I left them. And I tell them, be blessed. And I'm going on. Because I know there's a divine purpose at play for me. And I am definitely a willing participant. Whatever it is. Because I know whatever it is greater than any and everything that I could ever imagine for myself. That I can even muster in my mere mortality. My mortal living. So, that's number 3. Number 4. The other part of your expecting to win, we got to learn how to pivot when it's time to pivot. Pivot, shift, change. Fork in the road comes, you going left or right. Got to make a decision, but sometimes it happens that way. So those divine detours are just that. They're divine. They're not there to mess you up. They're not there to trip you up. They're not there to make you, lose. Remember, it's that choice factor. But we got to be prepared and willing to pivot. So if you expect to win, you got to be expected. You got to also understand that pivoting is part of it. Shift is part of it. Change is part of it. And it could change at any moment and any time. We got to be ready for it. And we got to understand it when it happens. And I love that Fool said that part right there. I woke up with purpose. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So we got to be willing to pivot. If you're going to have the expectation of winning, if you're going to win this game of life, If you are going to count yourself successful, whatever that looks like and feels like for you, you got to pivot. You got to learn how to get your pivot on. Pivot like a ball player. My dad was a coach, and he would coach basketball. And some of the drills that he would have for his team is they'd have to turn because they got to be prepared to pivot at any moment because somebody's going to be coming at you. Something's going to be coming at you. You got to get yourself in position and stay ready. If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. So you got to learn how to pivot. You got to learn how to shift. This might be too heavy for some people, but I'm just saying. And the last thing, if you expect to win, this part is probably going to piss a lot of people off. Don't stop it from being true. You ready? If you expect to win, be open to being coached, taught, and critiqued. Not criticized, not put down, not demonized, not shamed, not guilted. Someone who comes from a place of love, who can coach you, who can train you, who can teach you, who can show you the way. This is the part where a lot of people get tripped up because our ego gets in the way. And we start thinking that we know everything. We have this divine idea. We have this vision of our winning and our success. And we think that when someone is there in the position to coach you, to hold you accountable, to teach you, to show you different ways of how you can get to that goal so that you can go to the next goal and then get to the next goal and so on and so forth. But a lot of us can't be taught, can't be coached because we're so much in our own heads that we block our blessings. Can't nobody tell us nothing. We're hard-headed. But the old folks used to say back in the day, a hard head make a soft ass. Meaning, life can whoop your ass if you're not careful. And if you're going to be so hard-headed and arrogant to think that no one can help you, no one can guide you, no one can offer anything that will help you get to wherever it is that you want to go in your vision of success and winning, then you are up for a lot of disappointment. You will continue on that hamster wheel of life, going quickly, but going nowhere. Goddess Afua says that flexibility, that agility to move, flow, change, and yes, pivot, absolutely. And then she also says, I wholeheartedly agree about needing coaching, guidance, therapy, teaching, help, and support of all kinds. Yes. Yes. Did you not know that part of the divine plan means that the divine, that the creator, that God, whatever name you give, has also put people in position, ready, willing, and able to help you? Now, some of those people, it may come for quote unquote free. And some of those people, you're going to have to invest some money. You got to put some skin in the game because it's an energy exchange. And if you want to be successful, I dare you to find one successful person, a person that you deem to be successful that did not sacrifice and put skin in the game, that didn't have to sacrifice something. Money, time, energy, sleep. There's all a sacrifice to be made. Are you willing to do that? And if you're not, then how can you expect to win? How can you expect to win? You have counted yourself as defeated already because you're saying, I'm not worthy of this investment. I've already counted myself as defeated because I'm saying I'm not worthy of this investment. I've given this story so many times, but I'm going to keep telling it because it's facts. When I first started and I was getting coached, I didn't have the money for coaching. I didn't. I was barely working. If I was working, I can't remember. I think I had. No. When I first started that, I did not have a job. I took the last of what I had and put it in the payment plan of Miss Abiola Abrams. I took the last that I had, or for that moment that I thought was my last, but it wasn't my last. It wasn't. I was being challenged by God to say, if you trust me with this, if you trust me with this, I'm going to change your life. But you got to make this first move and trust me with this. Don't make this money about her. It's about you. And when I say her, I mean my coach. Because see, that's another thing. We make that investment about that person. It's not about them. It's about you. It's not about you. It's not about that. It's not. It's not about that person. The minute you make your investment, your success plan about someone else, is when you lose. When you start making it about someone else, you lose. This is when you have to reach in and go within in your inner knowing, standing firm and flat foot for just a moment. Faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. That money that I had at that point was all I had. I had just enough to start that coaching program. Just enough. Now, how the rest of them months was going to get paid? No idea. Got me? I had no idea. I was like, I don't know how these other months going to get paid, but I'm going to pay this one. And I'm going to take this month and I'm going to get everything up out this month that I can possibly get out this month. I'm going to ride this wave for as long as God see fit. It was just enough. But I knew I had to sit within myself long enough to know and understand that once I take this step, my life will change forever. Because I expect to win. I get up every single day. I don't always get up with the best attitude. I don't always get up in the best mood because of the different things that I got going on in my life. But as soon as I look up and I see this is my planner. As soon as I look at this color, I see this. Everything changes. Because then I expect to win. I expect to win because everything that's on my to-do for the day says, okay, it's time to get up. It's time to win. It's time to win this thing. It's time to go and help other women realize their purpose and their passion. It's time for me to get up and go empower somebody. It's time for me to go and teach them how to do this Reiki thing so that they can go and heal themselves, their families, their communities, and their tribes. It's time for me to get up and make it not about my whatever I got going on, because I understand that can change at any minute. It can change at any minute. If I expect to win, here's a bonus. I gotta be obedient. Yeah. I gotta be obedient. I gotta be obedient to that calling on my life. As scary as it seemed and seems sometimes. But I expect to win. I expect it. I don't expect to lose. I've lost things before, but even when I lost, I still won. Even when I lost, I still won. And you might be like, well, how's that? Well, the fact that I'm here to tell the tale, that my life, I did not give up, and I allowed myself to be used, and I laid it all on the line, and I said, okay, wherever you want me to go, I'll go. Whatever you want me to say, I'll say. Just guide me the whole way. Whatever you want, whatever, I surrender it. I'm not going to try to do it by myself. Been there, done that. That don't work. If you expect to win, or do you expect to win? Have you counted yourself out already? So, if you expect to win, and you know, and you know, and you know that you have been wanting and needing someone like me to take you by your hand and guide you and show you the way, let me just say this. You are worthy and deserving of your vision. You are worthy of the investment. The biggest return on your investment is for you not to give up on your dream. Don't give up. Let yourself be guided at this moment. I get so many women who say, oh, I want to sign up for your program. I just can't afford it right now. And I know for at least half of them that's true. The other half, it's not true. Because I can remember my investment. That was all I had. That was it. My bank account was like, say what? That was it. That was it. So I say make the investment in yourself. If you feel the call to come to the Sacred Pathway Academy, promise you, your life will forever change. Just like mine did. So, that's all I have. Go to the link in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, go to the link in the description and click on that and get yourself enrolled. If you're listening to this on the podcast, then in the description of the podcast, my links will be there. If you're not sure what it is or which of the programs would be better for you, that's fine. Just click on the link. Let's sit down. Let's have a little chit chat. It'll be like a 30-minute powwow. We'll talk about where you are, where you want to go, and how I can help you get there. It's a free discovery call. It'll cost you nothing. So we can do that. All right? So thank you all so much for joining me. Whether you're watching the replay or you're here with me live, like Goddess Afua, I thank you. I honor you. Deep bow to you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.